kid's a wizard because everything he created on the Knight Rider is now true. The cars talk, the cars park themselves, the cars will drive themselves. They can do anything you want them to do, and probably, in the next 10 years, you're going to be able to go outside.
David Hasselhoff, a name that has become synonymous with television heroism and pop culture, recently opened up about his experiences on the iconic series Knight Rider. For decades, fans have remembered the show for its futuristic car, thrilling stunts, and the seemingly invincible hero, Michael Knight. Yet, behind the glossy television magic was a world very different from what viewers imagined. At the age of 73, Hasselhoff has chosen to reveal the truth about what it was really like to live and work in that world. He has shared stories that go beyond the car, the explosions, and the fame, uncovering personal struggles, mistakes, and moments of vulnerability that had never been public before. From his early life in Baltimore to his rise as a television star, his story is one of determination, risk, and resilience, showing how a man could rise to global stardom while facing deeply human challenges. Hasselhoff's honesty offers fans a chance to see Michael Knight not only as a fictional hero but also as a reflection of the actor behind the character. This revelation is not only a window into the history of television but also a study of personal growth and survival, as Hasselhoff recounts both his triumphs and his darkest moments, including struggles with alcohol, public humiliation, and family difficulties. Over 40 years after Knight Rider first premiered, Hasselhoff's reflections invite us to understand the real human effort, the physical dangers, and the emotional burden involved in creating a show that was much more than entertainment. His insights connect past and present, demonstrating how the show's imaginative technology, once thought impossible, is now becoming a reality, while the human heart remains at the core of every story he tells. Born on July 17, 1952, in Baltimore, Maryland, David Hasselhoff grew up in a Roman Catholic household that emphasized discipline, family values, and education. He was the only boy among 4 sisters, which shaped his early experiences and gave him a unique perspective on relationships, leadership, and empathy. His father, Joseph, worked in corporate security, while his mother, Dolores, managed the household and guided the children. Early childhood for David was a time of constant movement, as the family relocated multiple times across cities like Baltimore, Jacksonville, Atlanta, and later Illinois. These frequent moves made him a perpetual newcomer, forcing him to learn quickly how to adapt, understand people, and charm those around him. This adaptability became a survival skill that later played a crucial role in his acting career. Despite being shy and uncertain as a child, David discovered a stage at the age of 7, playing a small role in Peter Pan. The stage became the one place where he could transform, take on new identities, and escape the discomfort of constant relocation. Acting, singing, and dancing were no longer hobbies. They became tools for building confidence, connecting with people, and expressing his inner world. By the time he reached his teenage years in LaGrange, Illinois, Hasselhoff had developed a combination of charisma, performance skill, and leadership. He participated actively in choir, theater, volleyball, and public speaking competitions, constantly pushing himself to succeed and find his place in the world. This determination laid the groundwork for the global icon he would later become, showing early signs of the drive, resilience, and hunger that would define his career. After high school, Hasselhoff initially enrolled at Oakland University in Michigan but soon realized that the environment did not suit his ambitions. His restless spirit led him westward to the California Institute of the Arts, a place designed to nurture creativity, experimentation, and artistic growth. In California, David refined his skills, enhancing his voice, perfecting his movements, and learning to move seamlessly between acting, singing, and dancing. His time at Cal Arts was transformative, equipping him with the technical expertise and confidence needed to face the highly competitive world of television and film. Just 2 years after graduation, in 1974, Hasselhoff landed his first professional role in a low-budget comedy called Revenge of the Cheerleaders. Playing a character humorously named Boner, he quickly realized that early roles often came with challenges, embarrassment, and unpredictable outcomes. Though the film was not a success, it earned him his Screen Actors Guild, SAG, membership, officially marking his entry into the acting profession. His next opportunity was more stable and meaningful. He joined the daytime soap The Young and the Restless in 1975 as Dr. William Snapper Foster Jr., a role he held for 6 years and more than 850 episodes. This experience allowed him to hone his craft, build a fan base, and gain an understanding of the demands of consistent television work. His departure in 1982 was bittersweet, as the show's producers eliminated his entire character family, reminding him that the entertainment industry could be as unpredictable and harsh as it was rewarding. The real turning point in Hasselhoff's career came later in 1982 when NBC president Brandon Tartikoff selected him to star as Michael Knight in Knight Rider. Created by Glenn A. Larson, the show combined the spirit of a wandering cowboy with futuristic technology, embodied by a talking, near-indestructible car named Kit. Hasselhoff's natural charisma, heroism, and charm were perfect for the role, allowing him to become the human anchor to the technologically advanced vehicle. While the show premiered in September 1982, its journey was far from smooth. The production faced challenges such as limited cars, budget constraints, and dangerous stunts. For example, a train wreck destroyed a shipment of brand-new Trans Ams, which forced General Motors to sell wrecked vehicles to the show for just $1 each, with a strict condition that all cars had to be destroyed after filming. Multiple versions of Kit were created: hero cars for close-ups, stunt cars for jumps, and lightweight shells for dangerous sequences. Hasselhoff often performed physically demanding stunts, some of which caused injuries such as broken bones and required titanium plates and screws to repair. Yet, these dangers did not diminish the thrill. Rather, they added authenticity to the show's action sequences. On screen, Kit's abilities, armor, turbo boost, X-ray vision, and voice-controlled functions captivated viewers, while behind the scenes, Hasselhoff's commitment ensured that every scene was performed with real skill, not CGI or shortcuts. Despite the excitement of production, Hasselhoff faced personal challenges during the filming of Knight Rider. Behind the glossy screen, his drinking habits began to interfere with his professional life, leading to tensions on set and occasional production delays. Crew members later acknowledged the struggles, noting that Hasselhoff often required extra time to compose himself in the mornings. Beyond personal issues, the weight of responsibility also affected him emotionally. Stories of young fans, such as a 15-year-old leukemia patient named Randy, reminded him that Michael Knight represented hope and heroism, creating a heavy burden that went far beyond performing lines. This sense of responsibility became a defining factor in his career, driving him to insist on meaningful storylines and inspiring character development. The show's popularity soared despite initial critical dismissal, proving that audiences connected with the human heart behind the car and the stunts. For many, the connection between Michael and Kit represented not only adventure but also hope, courage, and the power of one individual to make a difference in the world. A.S. Knight Rider concluded in 1986, Hasselhoff faced a career crossroads. Hollywood primarily associated him with Michael Knight, making it challenging to secure serious roles. Between 1986 and 1989, his American career stagnated, pushing him to explore opportunities abroad, particularly in Germany. This move proved transformative. In 1988, Hasselhoff released Looking for Freedom, a song that resonated deeply with a divided Germany still coping with the tensions of the Cold War. The song reached #1 in West Germany, staying at the top for 8 weeks and eventually achieving platinum status. His performance atop the Berlin Wall on New Year's Eve 1989 became symbolic, transforming him into a figure representing hope, unity, and a brighter future. This period illustrated Hasselhoff's ability to reinvent himself, demonstrating resilience and adaptability while navigating both cultural and professional landscapes. Meanwhile, back in the United States, his next venture, Baywatch, faced early setbacks but ultimately became a global phenomenon, reaching over 1 billion viewers worldwide and solidifying his status as a television icon. Hasselhoff's vision, risk-taking, and financial investments in the series allowed him to benefit not only as an actor but also as a producer, gaining royalties that continued to support him for decades. Despite professional success, Hasselhoff's personal life faced significant turbulence. His struggles with alcohol became widely publicized, particularly with the release of a viral video in 2007 showing him intoxicated, shirtless, and vulnerable. The clip, filmed by his teenage daughter, shocked the world, showing a stark contrast to the heroic image fans associated with him. The period also involved public divorces, custody battles, and media scrutiny, compounding his emotional and physical challenges. Yet, Hasselhoff demonstrated resilience, eventually embracing humor and self-reflection to process past mistakes. His appearance on a Comedy Central roast in 2010 allowed him to confront personal humiliations openly, showing audiences that vulnerability and recovery could coexist with enduring fame. These experiences underscore the complexities of celebrity life, where public perception often masks personal struggles, and highlight the courage required to acknowledge and learn from them. By the 2010s, Hasselhoff had gradually rebuilt his personal and professional life. He married Haley Roberts in 2018, a relationship that brought him stability after decades of turbulence. He also revisited his passion for Knight Rider, attempting to resurrect the franchise and explore a modern reboot. Although development faced challenges and delays, Hasselhoff's commitment to preserving the heart of the original series remained unwavering. He emphasized that Knight Rider was never truly about technology or gadgets, but about the bond between Michael and Kit, the loyalty, friendship, and belief that one person could make a difference. This philosophy reflects the core values that shaped Hasselhoff's career and his life, reinforcing why the series continues to resonate with audiences decades later. Even as technology evolved to mirror the fantastical devices depicted on the show, the human connection remained the defining element of its legacy. Hasselhoff's reflections also shed light on the impact of Knight Rider on popular culture and television history. The series blended futuristic imagination with human emotion, inspiring generations of fans and influencing subsequent action-adventure shows. Behind the thrilling car stunts, explosive sequences, and technological wonders, the show carried themes of hope, redemption, and heroism that were universally relatable. The meticulous effort to balance entertainment with moral storytelling allowed Knight Rider to transcend time, remaining relevant to audiences even decades after its original airing. Hasselhoff's dedication to authenticity, performing dangerous stunts, engaging with fans, and maintaining the integrity of the character, demonstrates the importance of personal commitment in creating media that resonates emotionally and culturally. Throughout his career, Hasselhoff has exemplified the intersection of talent, perseverance, and human vulnerability. From the challenges of his early childhood, through the highs and lows of Knight Rider, Baywatch, and international fame, to the struggles with addiction and personal loss, his journey represents the resilience required to navigate both public success and private hardship. By speaking openly about these experiences, Hasselhoff provides insight into the often hidden realities behind celebrity life, revealing the emotional, physical, and ethical responsibilities of embodying iconic roles. His story is not merely about television or fame, but about the human capacity for growth, redemption, and the enduring impact of hope and friendship. Even today, Hasselhoff remains an active and reflective presence in popular culture. His advocacy for responsible behavior, his efforts to revive Knight Rider with integrity, and his willingness to confront past struggles offer valuable lessons about accountability, resilience, and the importance of remaining true to oneself. As audiences continue to engage with the stories he helped create, both fictional and personal, they are reminded that behind every hero is a human story, full of challenges, triumphs, and lessons that inspire. At 73, David Hasselhoff's revelations about Knight Rider allow fans to appreciate not only the fantastical adventures of Michael Knight, but also the life, dedication, and humanity of the man who brought him to life, ensuring that his legacy will endure for generations to come. After the explosive success of Knight Rider, David Hasselhoff found himself caught between two worlds. On one side, he was an international star, adored for his role as Michael Knight, the man with the talking car, the fearless rescuer, and the symbol of hope for millions of fans. The fame was immediate and all-encompassing, stretching from America to Germany, where he became almost a folkloric figure. Children begged for kit toys at Christmas, teenagers tried to emulate his daring stunts, and adults were captivated by the mix of heroism and futuristic fantasy. Yet behind the glittering lights of popularity, Hasselhoff's life was far from perfect. The long hours on set, the physically demanding stunts, and the constant public attention created an intense pressure that few outside the industry could understand. While fans cheered for Michael Knight, Hasselhoff wrestled with personal demons that were invisible to the world: the weight of expectation, the fear of failure, and the creeping influence of alcohol. These struggles quietly seeped into his work, making some days on set a challenge, not just physically, but emotionally. Yet even in the darkest moments, he kept pushing forward, driven by a combination of ambition, responsibility, and a deep understanding of the impact his work had on others. There were days when he would arrive on set feeling exhausted, hungover, or emotionally drained, but he still performed daring jumps, high-speed chases, and impossible stunts that thrilled audiences and became the signature of the show. Each scene required perfect timing, precision, and courage, yet the cameras never revealed the pain, injuries, and fatigue that often accompanied them. Over the years, Hasselhoff sustained multiple injuries, including broken bones and spinal damage, reminders of the physical toll that fame and dedication demanded. Yet he never let these setbacks define him publicly, always putting the character, the car, and the story above his own struggles. Behind the cameras, the cast and crew witnessed the toll firsthand. Stunt coordinators worked tirelessly to ensure his safety, while producers juggled budgets and logistics to make impossible scenes possible. Despite the challenges, Hasselhoff found moments of joy and pride, mastering complex stunts and discovering that he could push beyond his perceived limits. Yet the personal cost remained. Off-camera, he faced a turbulent personal life that mirrored the chaos of his high-speed pursuits. Relationships became strained, battles with addiction emerged, and the public often caught only glimpses of the struggles that shaped him. Viral videos, tabloid headlines, and media scrutiny exposed the moments he most wanted to keep private, amplifying the pressures he already carried. Even as he achieved global fame, every victory came with a hidden weight. The contrast between the heroic, invincible Michael Knight and the real David Hasselhoff was stark, yet it also became the defining story of his career. His journey through fame, adversity, and personal challenge revealed the resilience, determination, and humanity behind the legend. Ultimately, the lessons learned on and off the set of Knight Rider shaped not only his professional path, but his perspective on life, success, and the meaning of true heroism. For Hasselhoff, the legacy of Michael Knight was never about the car, the stunts, or the spectacle. It was about connection, responsibility, and the enduring belief that one person could indeed make a difference in the lives of others. And while the cameras captured only the thrilling action and futuristic adventures, the real story, often hidden, was one of courage, perseverance, and the human struggle behind the myth of a television icon. In sharing his story, David Hasselhoff offered fans not just nostalgia, but insight into the sacrifices, triumphs, and heartbreaks that come with living life in the fast lane, reminding us all that heroes are human and even legends face battles unseen by the world. After his global fame from Knight Rider, David Hasselhoff's American career hit a surprising lull. While the show made him a household name, Hollywood often saw him as the guy with a talking car, limiting the serious roles offered to him. Studios were hesitant to cast him in dramas or films, fearing audiences couldn't separate him from Michael Knight. Yet Hasselhoff didn't let the setback define him. In an unexpected twist, he looked to Germany, where his talent and charisma found a receptive audience. In 1988, he released Looking for Freedom, an English remake of a German hit song, at a moment when Germany was still divided, with tension thick in the air and hope scarce. The song resonated deeply, reaching #1 in West Germany and staying at the top of the charts for 8 straight weeks. Its popularity went beyond music. It became symbolic of optimism, freedom, and the chance for new beginnings, making Hasselhoff an unlikely cultural icon in Europe. By December 31st, 1989, when he performed atop the Berlin Wall during New Year's Eve celebrations, wrapped in a glowing jacket and surrounded by fireworks, he seemed to embody a nation's hopes. Millions watched him sing, witnessing not just a pop star performing, but a man bridging worlds, connecting history, and capturing a moment in time with sheer presence and energy. Meanwhile, back in the United States, Hasselhoff faced a different reality. Baywatch, which would later become his most iconic work, initially flopped in 1989. NBC canceled the show, and the production company struggled financially. Yet Hasselhoff refused to walk away. Believing in the story, the characters, and the potential to reach audiences in a meaningful way, he invested his own money, partnered with the creators, and bought the rights to the series. Unlike other actors who simply acted, Hasselhoff became the engine of Baywatch, not just its face, negotiating a share of the profits that would later transform his career. His gamble paid off beyond imagination. By 1996, Baywatch had become the most-watched television show in the world, airing in nearly 150 countries, translated into dozens of languages, and attracting more than 1 billion viewers weekly, 1 out of every 5 people alive at the time. The show's global reach was unprecedented, yet its appeal wasn't just about sun, surf, or the famous red swimsuits. It combined thrilling rescues, romance, and strong female leads, drawing diverse audiences who connected with the stories, not just the spectacle. Hasselhoff starred in 220 episodes between 1989 and 2001, and even after leaving, he remained tied to the brand through royalties, spin-offs like Baywatch Nights, and the later HD remastering, proving his foresight in securing the intellectual property. However, while his professional life soared, his personal life was turbulent. Behind the scenes, Hasselhoff struggled with alcohol addiction, a battle that escalated over years, silently impacting his relationships, health, and emotional well-being. In the early 2000s, his drinking nearly led to his death, prompting a desperate visit to the Betty Ford Center, where doctors revealed his blood alcohol level was dangerously high, one of the highest they had ever seen. But even before that, warning signs had appeared. In 2001, his first attempt at rehab ended after just 8 days, when he fled the facility and returned to drinking. The physical, emotional, and spiritual toll was enormous. In 2007, the world got a stark glimpse of his struggles through a viral video recorded by his own 16-year-old daughter, Taylor N. The footage, showing him shirtless, intoxicated, and struggling to lift a cheeseburger, became one of the first viral videos and a painful reminder of the human fragility behind the public image. Yet Hasselhoff survived, eventually confronting his addiction with honesty, humor, and determination, using these experiences as turning points rather than endpoints. These years marked a complex chapter in his life, a blend of incredible success, international fame, financial foresight, and profound personal challenges, shaping a man who is larger than life yet undeniably human. The journey from Knight Rider to Baywatch and the rise to European superstardom proved that talent, persistence, and risk-taking can create unparalleled opportunities, but they also bring hidden pressures that even a hero must face. A.S. David Hasselhoff entered the 2010s. A new chapter of his life unfolded, one that was defined less by fame and more by self-reflection, healing, and a quiet determination to reclaim control over his personal and professional story. After years of public scrutiny, viral videos, and struggles with alcohol, he began confronting his past openly, using honesty and humor as tools to process experiences that had once brought shame and pain. In 2010, he participated in the Comedy Central Roast, an event notorious for exposing celebrities to sharp ridicule. Most would have dreaded the moment, but Hasselhoff embraced it, even referencing the infamous burger video that had circulated for years. To him, joking about the incident wasn't about humiliation. It was about reclaiming power over a narrative that had previously controlled him. By acknowledging his mistakes publicly and laughing at them, he showed fans a side of himself that was resilient